What I want to begin with a hadith which is muttafaqun alayh in the mustalah of the people of hadith. It means that both Imam al-Bukhari and Imam Muslim relate this hadith in their books. They relate it in a section called Bab al-Fitan. The fitnah in Arabic is a very intriguing word because one of the meanings of it is intriguing, right? In other words, it pulls you in. So a fitna, the Arabs, I don't know why, but the Arabs call some of their daughters, they call them fatina, which means she's a fitna. She's somebody that causes fitna, right? In other words, she's attractive or seductive. You're attracted to her. So fitna is something attractive about it. People like fitna. I'll give you an example. You have Muslims that don't do anything. They sit around, they watch TV, maybe they go to the masjid. But when a fitna happens, suddenly they become so active. And they're on the phone, and we have to do something about this. And they really get active because fitna excites people. There's something compelling about it. And this is why in the Sahih al-Bukhari, when fitna happened, one of the greats, and this is the beauty of the Sahaba, because they were one of the many beautiful things about them. They knew that the Prophet ﷺ loved poetry. The Prophet loved good poetry. He particularly liked Ibn Abi Sult, who was one of the spiritual poets of the Jahili Arabs. He liked Labid and others. And in al-Bukhari, he quotes a poet. The Prophet himself never used poetry himself, but he listened to it, and he enjoyed listening to it at times. And he said, "Inna min ash-shi'ri la hikmah." In shi'r is wisdom. When the fitnas used to come, the Sahaba said, Ibn Uyayna relates this hadith in al-Bukhari, that they used كانوا يتمثلون بإمر القيس. They would remember the words of Imr al-Qais. الحرب أول ما تكون فتية تسعى بزينتها لكل جهول. When war first shows up, it's like a decked out woman seducing every ignoramus. That's from Imr al-Qais. When war first shows up, it's a seductive woman who's decked out with her zina. And the young men, they get excited and they run. حَتَّى إِذَا اشْتَعَلَتْ وَشَبَّ ضِرَامُهَا. Until the conflagration happens. And suddenly you're engulfed in the flames of war. وَلَّتْ عَجُوزًا غَيْرَ ذَاتِ حَلِيلِ. It becomes an old hag who's lost her husband. شَمْطَاءَ يُنْكَرُ لَوْنُهَا وَتَغَيَّرَتْ مَكْرُوهَةً لِلشَّمِّ وَتَقْبِيلِ. Ugly, foul-smelling. Nobody wants to kiss or hug her. This is what they used to quote when war started, to remind them that war looks good until you're actually in it. And then you see that war is hell. And this is why the Prophet said, لا تتمنوا لقاء العدو. Sahih al-Bukhari. Do not desire to go to war. It's a disease in the heart. But he said, if you're forced to, فَثْبُتُوا, be brave. But it should not. It's a sickness in the heart to want to go and kill other people. So chapter is in the chapter of fitna, which also means civil strife. Al-fitnatu ashaddu min al-qatri. Fitna is worse than killing. Here it means persecution. So it can mean persecution. It can mean civil strife. Like when you have civil wars, is called fitna. It can also mean confusion. So it has many meanings. But all of our muhaddithun had a chapter called Bab al-Fitan. In the Bab al-Fitan, it's muttafaqun alayh, tu'rad al-fitanu ala al-qulubi kal-hasir. The end of time won't come until the fitan are shown to the hearts like a mat. Udan, vertical and horizontal.